Most schedules look good on paper, but they collapse on day 3. Why do toppers stick to their routine while most students keep restarting every month? Studies show that 92% of the students drop their schedule within 7 days, not because of laziness, but because their plan isn't built for real life. In this video, you're going to learn about the exact study schedule used by SSC classroom toppers and how to balance school, coaching, and self-study, a repeatable system that adapts even on your worst days. Okay, hi, I'm Joshua Gonsalves, and I help class and Maharashtra board students create study system that don't just motivate you, they actually work. No fluff, just flow. Okay, so I have made this video in so I have broken this into a mind map. So let's get to the mind. Okay, so I have broken this into 4 parts. First, I'll be telling you what is the problem. Okay, then I'll be telling you what is the concept, and I'll be telling you something called the momentum method, and then I'll be giving something special if you stick around till the end. Okay, so first we will start with the problem. Okay, so let's get the problem. Now, there are 3 problems which you might face. The first one is you're copying randomly from YouTube timetables that don't match your energy. Okay, now your timetable needs to be personalized according to you. If you are copying someone else's timetable, it won't work because you will have a separate timetable for studying, how much you study, when should you revise, when should you study, when should you skip, when should you do anything. You should have a separate timetable for it because everybody's timetable won't match. Okay, you are different. You are not that same person. You're different. So the second problem is one sick day or family function, total collapse. Now you have a timetable, right? You have a schedule like today, get up this day, do study this time. Okay, that is that is okay, but that is more like macro. That's a macro timetable. MICRO. You need to go micro. MICRO. I need to make a micro timetable. Micro meaning you need to go more deep in it. Like, okay, from this time I'm studying, okay. But what will you study? Which chapter will you study? Which page will you study? Which answer will you study? Which point will you study? You need to go micro, not macro. Like you are just going general. You are just general. Like you are just telling from this time to this time I study history. This time science too. You are just going gen. But when you go gen, you won't act on it. You need to go more micro. Like, okay, this chapter history. Okay, history is like there are 10 chapters, 15 chapters in history, 14 chapters in history. But what did you study? If you are not focused now, okay, if you even tell history chapter 7, okay, you do that. I know chapter 7. Okay, in chapter 7, which answer? This answer you will revise. Okay, in this answer, which point will you revise? Which point, if you forget some points, which point will you revise? Which word will you revise? Okay, which fill in the blanks you will revise? You need to go more micro. Okay, you need to go micro. One sick day of family function total collapse. So that timetable which you have made macro timetable, MACRO, that will collapse. If there is some sick day or family function, you are stuck in a loop. You wake up, you delay, you panic, study randomly, and then sleep with guilty. If you have all of this problem, then you are probably the wrong method. Okay, you are probably using the wrong method, which you need to change it immediately. Okay, now let me tell you what is the concept. The first concept is toppers don't follow fixed hours, they follow momentum loops. I told you before, like you don't need to like you can fix hours, but if you need to study some other days, you can just do it on the other days. If you are sick someday, the timetable which you make should be adaptive. It should adapt according to you. Okay, so toppers don't follow fixed hours, they follow momentum based. Whenever you have maximum momentum, whenever you have maximum energy, you should do that on those days. The second concept is a study schedule isn't about controlling time, it's about controlling your brain state. Okay, I told you if you have the most energy, that's the best time for you to do it. Okay, now the third one is you need a schedule that adapts with you, not against you. I told you this before. If you are just sick, you need a timetable which adapts. Some days your entire timetable which was static timetable, it just goes away. So you need a schedule that adapts with you, not against you. Okay. Now let me tell you about the momentum method. Okay. There is something called as the momentum method. Let me tell you about that. Firstly, I'll be helping you set that. Okay. When you come in my webinar, I will telling you more about that. The mindset. I'll be telling you about the mindset. You need to keep a strong mindset. You can use priming questions like what is the topic that you mastered today. The questions set your brain to focus more instantly. So these are the things which you can do. And the second thing is for the momentum method, momentum loops. You need a momentum loops. Like deep focus, high momentum breaks after two blocks. You know the Pomodoro technique. You can just use that. That is very simple. Everybody knows about that. Okay, I'm not telling more about that now. It's very simple. I'm not going to explain that anything anyway. It's very simple. Night revision you can just do. Like you need to do this. Like now, you have to imagine like that. Now you have to imagine like now. Let's say today is your board exam. You need to do this like end goal. What is your end goal? Your end goal is you want to, let's go in some specific subject. Let's say in history you want 99 marks out of 100 or 80 98 marks out of 100. So what you need to do for that? Go backward. It's like Steve Jobs. The dots will connect backwards. End goal, what's the end goal? Then go steps, go end, go backwards. What all the things which you need to do? Go backwards. And then if you feel that this is correct, you need to start at today. What are the things you need to do? You need to revise daily, you need to testing, like now let's say you want to get 98 in history. Okay, 98, 99. Now let's say that okay now. So what I need to do is I need to revise daily. I need to do not forget anything to revise. I need to be consistent. I need to follow a system. I need to my plan needs to be. These are things you need to do. Your plan to start backward. So this is so when you do this, you have less overwhelm and you have more clarity. Okay, and you have more execute. So this was the momentum method, the concept, and the problems. Okay, so I have something special for you, and this is called the memory mastery launchpad. Okay, so I'll tell you about this. So if you want this exact plug and play schedule, the I have some. If you want this exact plug and play schedule, the one which my students use to crush SC boards, you need to join the memory mastery launchpad. Okay, I'll walk you away with the schedule, so you'll actually stick to it, and the link is in description. You can join it and be a part of it. Okay, so all the best and see you.